Okay, so Vegapunk, Caesar Clown. Of Mads, I would say these two are the most closely related to one another because Caesar Clown worked under Vegapunk once he became a contracted scientist by the world government, as he was his assistant when he was using Punk Hazard as his main laboratory, right? So once Caesar Clown moves in and Vegapunk moves to Egghead, it's very interesting that both of them end up having female assistants who are winged creatures. Because we have Monet. Monet originally was a part of the Don Quixote family, but I guess was just serving under Caesar Clown to make sure all operations went smoothly, or perhaps as some sort of bodyguard. But she was changed once Law, also a member of the Don Quixote family, came to Punk Hazard, I assume shortly after he became a warlord. He changed all the denizens of Punk Hazard into pseudo-mythical creatures, because you have centaurs, satyrs, and then you have Monet, who was changed into a harpy. Her change was the only one that seemed cosmetic, because the multitude of people on Punk Hazard other than Monet needed a necessary operation, as they were suffering from some sort of lameness or vile mutilation. So yes, Monet's was the only operation that was purely cosmetic as far as I can see. But continuing. So yeah, she stands out in that way too, in which her change was the only change that was cosmetic, which turned her into a harpy woman. Now she is a harpy with the abilities of the Lokia type devil fruit known as the Snow fruit, which also gives her a weird sort of angelic vibe because she has feathered wings. There's this whole bit about how you can lay down the snow and make a snow angel. So she's actually an angel with the power of snow. So it's a lot of thematic angelic things going on there, right? So cut over to Vegapunk, who is now on Punk Hazard. His daughter, in a way, which I guess you can call his assistant as well, is Stussy, but she's actually Stussy Jr. because she is the first successful human clone in history, and a clone of former Mads associate Buckingham Stussy, whom was also on the Rocks Pirates. She has eaten the bat fruit, which allows her to turn into a vampire bat. Like the animal, not the mythical creature. So that's very interesting. Thematically, she is opposed to Monet in the way that she looks like a succubus with her bat wings. And to top it all off, she uses her vampiric abilities in being a vampire bat to drain the life force out of both Lucy and Kaku, like a succubus would. So that's interesting within itself. It's also very funny that in this way, the angelic character was evil and the sort of demonic character is good. So that's just a cool point. Moving on. So they're both aided by winged women, but in Caesar Clown's case, Monet is more of a business associate on loan to him based on his working relationship with Don Quixote Doflamingo. And then we have Stussy, who I guess technically is the daughter of Vegapunk Stella. So I just found that very interesting. That one has a bunch of steps she takes in order to become a weird angelic snowbird, and then the other just eats the bat fruit and is now a bat. What's funny about this too is that where Monet was fiercely loyal to Doflamingo up until the end, Stussy betrayed the world government, specifically the Cypherpole Aegis Zero members that she came to Egghead with, Lucy and Kaku, to reveal that she was loyal to her father, Vegapunk, the entire time, even undercover as a Cypherpole Aegis Zero member herself. So that too is very interesting. But with that being said, give me your thoughts and tell your friends about Polypede Wax.